And Red Gum Rosie for the Kilgour was also successful already this afternoon. They're locked and loaded. There they go. They're off in the Sister Olive. They began in a clean line. She Zed So rolling forward in the early stages. Cato's going to push through underneath that galloper and find his way to the leader's roll as they run along the back the first time. Dar Deputy's over on the inside. Then came Cheers Big Ears, who's a touch wider. Third to last was Red Gum Rosie, followed next to Savvy Dan, and the last one was Peace Process. And in this order, they worked down the side of the course their first time around in the Sister Olive. Going to the top was Cano, who leads, and it's a controlled tempo for the marathon distance as they work down the side of the course. The margin's 3/4. She Zed So up running second a length away, and Dar Deputy is running third. And in this order, they run behind the Willow and the Olive. Then came next in running midfield, and behind Dar Deputy, Cheers Big Ears. Savvy Dan got back to be third to last. Red Gum Rosie second last, and Peace Process is last. And spotting the speed, the best part of 10 or a dozen as they come down and will come into the straight the first time around. And Cano takes them there as they come down the straight. She Zed So the outside, and Dar Deputy now wants to get a little bit closer and rolls up around She Zed So to try and put a little bit more endurance into the race. We know Dar Deputy will stay. Cheers Big Ears then followed two. Savvy Dan was next. Red Gum Rosie second to last, and Peace Process ridden a patient race at the tail end of the field. They come to the judge. They've got a circuit to go in the Olive, and Cato's been in front from the get-go. It leads the outside Dar Deputy. Walker was happy to get a little bit closer as they run to the mile mark. She Zed So is now getting the 1x1 cover. Savvy Dan's over it on the inside. Cheers Big Ears was next, the outer. Then came Red Gum Rosie, and Cooper's riding a patient race, but he only spots them 6 or 7 on Peace Process, who is last of all. In this order, they run into the back. The leader, it's been there from the start. Cano, a long neck in front. Dar Deputy, always the outside, moves up and gets a little bit closer and now takes on the leader's role. They want to make this a survival of the fittest. They've got the big weight back towards where they started from. Dar Deputy rolls up the Cano. She Zed So. Then came Savvy Dan. Next was Cheers Big Ears. Peace Process has had an economical run. It should have something to offer. And Red Gum Rosie, it's outside. He's last of all. They run along the back. Cano's been in front from the get-go. Dar Deputy now starts to shade it, and that pair bridge away. They're the best part of 3 or 4. She Zed So's had a lovely run, dropping off the speed. Then came Savvy Dan. Next was Cheers Big Ears. Peace Process has dropped the bit. They've left it behind some 3 lengths away, but the leaders have come back to them. So they're about to go out of view and taking them there. It's Dar Deputy on the outside of Cano. They've done the bullocking work. Can they do it in the finish as well? Savvy Dan, where's the fresh legs? Going around the outside was She Zed So. He's had a run you'd dream of. Now starts to present into the race. Peace Process is starting to pick up the bit now, and they've dropped off Cheers Big Ears, who was last of all. They're into the straight. They've got to Cano and Dar Deputy. She Zed So sprinted on by. Then followed back to the inside, Savvy Dan. Peace Process is warming up out wide on the track. The leader, She Zed So up the middle. Getting through late was Red Gum Rosie. Wider out was Peace Process. Savvy Dan back to the inside. She Zed So on the back up will win. She Zed So won the Olive. Goes on and beats Peace Process and Red Gum Rosie. Dar Deputy, Cano, Savvy Dan. Cheers Big Ears, the last one home. She Zed So. At start number 56.